Hello everybody, my name is Chris and welcome to Around the Block, the show where we talk about the cool stuff that happened this week, just from shows, gaming, and anything else that we find interesting. Starting off with Red Dead Redemption 2, the game that everyone is excited about. I haven't met a single person that won't stop talking about this game. According to a video posted by IGN, the mud in this game is supposed to be a pretty big mechanic. Kind of like in Batman or other games where you kind of go throughout the game and your clothes kind of get tattered just because as the night rolls on or as the game goes through. In this game, when you come in contact with dirt or mud, your clothes and your horse will actually be influenced by that, and people will see that and recognize that you are dirty or kind of grimy and have a more negative reception to you. As to mud being an implemented part of this game and being super important to its gameplay, this is not something that I've particularly looked for, but I think it's kind of funny that they've thought about this. It's one of those things that when you play a game and you make sure that there are footprints in the snow, it doesn't really matter if they're there, but it's kind of nice to have it there. Personally, the thing that turned me away from Red Dead Redemption 1 is there was just way too much going on in the first place, and I'm not really big on open world games because of things like that, where there are too many things going on. So I think that this mud element is just another thing that's going to kind of turn me away from Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm still going to play it, but I don't have any strong attachment to the first game, and I think that elements kind of like this are not going to help with that kind of opinion. PlayStation Underground gave us about 12 minutes of gameplay from Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, and just from the look of it, it seems that From Software has really captured what everyone loved from the Soulsborne games. It's got that really intense combat and just like that methodical way of playing, but so many more elements to it. The grappling hook is amazing. It looks amazing. I've been so excited from this game. Bloodborne is one of my favorite games, so I was kind of disappointed when they didn't announce Bloodborne 2 and announce this game, but it looks like it's going to be a decent replacement for the game I actually want. We also got another trailer from Death Stranding, and I'm significantly becoming more concerned about this game as it keeps on developing and we have seen little to no gameplay. It's actually kind of interesting because despite the track record that Hideo Kojima actually has, a lot of people I know aren't interested in Death Stranding. They are curious about the story, but because of how it's being advertised and how we're seeing it, it doesn't really seem that anyone is too enthralled or anticipating it to be a really good game. I actually have to admit that it kind of is starting to seem that way. The more and more I see about this game, the less and less I see interesting gameplay, and that's honestly what's most important to this game. And I believe that in the trailers coming from it, we need to see more of that. It was kind of nice seeing Troy Baker. Anytime they throw him in a video game, I just love it. And then you also just can't get over Norman Reedus. So can't wait to hear more from this game. I hope that it's amazing and everything that we expected from it the first time we saw the trailers, but just kind of waiting to actually see that. We also got some gameplay from Indivisible, the new title from Lab Zero Games. It's kind of like an RPG turn-based platforming game where all of your characters are inside this girl's head. It's an interesting concept and I've been following it for a while. It's from the developers of Skullgirls, so it's really kind of like a fighting game almost too, and it's got a lot of genre mashes up in it. It seems really interesting and I love the art style to it, and I can't wait to see more from it. This week we also had the first episode of Life is Strange coming out, which is kind of an awkward timing with what's going on with Telltale. They're both kind of in the same episodic release content genre, and I think that this first episode will probably bring more attention to them as a company that got the formula kind of right and maybe treats their employees better. With all the things going down with Telltale, it's really nice to see that Don't Nod isn't kind of having any of those same issues, and that this kind of an art style and this kind of a video game style can actually thrive and make a good game. Anyone who knows me knows that Life is Strange is one of my favorite titles out of the last couple of years. All of its releases from Before the Storm to Captain Spirit, it's just a game that I love, and this new one's not too different. If you want to hear my full opinions about the new episode and how the game's going in a direction, I'm going to make a video about that soon. I've got a lot to say about that, but for now it's just really kind of cool. The new game is out and I can't wait to see more coming from Don't Nod Studios, and this kind of a game style is one that I'm not ready to let go of, and I don't want bad business practices by a single group of people to kind of mess up what's a really good idea. And stepping away from video games, we have the new Venom trailer, and this movie can be nothing but amazing. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and I love what they're doing with Venom, making him a very anti-hero character. I love that he's kind of got his own spotlight. We don't really need him as a main focus in the movies anymore as an enemy of Spider-Man. It's kind of just whatever. But watching Tom Hardy go around and beat up people with the symbiote on is just, it's amazing. That comes out next Wednesday and it can just not come fast enough. We also got a new trailer for Bumblebee with Haley Steinfeld and John Cena. I think it was an interesting idea to cast John Cena as kind of the bad guy. I'm sure he's not killing people, but he is kind of an antagonist to Bumblebee and Haley Steinfeld's character. I'm super excited for this movie as well. It takes the original concept of the Transformers a lot more seriously. Optimus Prime just looks exactly how he's supposed to be. And speaking of Transformers, they had a one-day only showing of the original Transformers movie. It came with a really cool poster and it was really just amazing. It probably wouldn't mean much to a lot of the youth these days, but for people like me who had their parents shove their childhood down their throat, it was really kind of nice to see these original characters on the screen, and I can't wait to see them in the new movie, because Optimus Prime looks like this and nothing else. And finally, in movies, we got a teaser for the new Joker movie. In it, you just see Joaquin Phoenix walk out on the street and kind of argue with a clown for about 2 minutes. Doesn't really show much and doesn't really give me any kind of excitement for this movie. An actual trailer is supposed to come out on the 4th of October, so I'll have to give an actual reaction when that comes out. And just in things that I think are awesome and dope, Tenacious D released a video about painting. I'm not going to say anything else, I'm just going to let you check that out. And last but not least, a small rapper I listen to, his name's Bodie. He released a new single called Not Different. It's very different than a lot of his music. It's just a fun song, and you can listen to any of his songs and just feel good. From Amazing Part 1 to Head in the Clouds, they're all just bops, and you can bounce around to any of them. They just make you feel good. Anyways, he has a new album coming out at the end of October, and I cannot wait for that album. If anything else came out this week that you guys found really interesting, share it with me down in the comments. Always looking for new things to bring a smile to my face, and I really appreciate it. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Christian. You guys have been amazing. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.